Hi guys, welcome to my first ever voiceover video. Join me as we summarize the job classes in Ragnarok Mobile. As we all know, a new server will be up soon. So, in this video, we will talk about how to pick up a job in ROM. This is to give new players, returning players, or even veteran players an overview of the current job classes that ROM has to offer. Also, please stay tuned for codes that I will be flashing along the way, so you won't miss them out. Alright, without further ado, let's begin. Before we continue, I would like to have a disclaimer. All things that I will share are just my personal knowledge of the game. It may be correct for some but wrong to others. As you can see, there are a lot of job classes in ROM, so it might be confusing for some. I will be discussing first the 6 original job classes and their end jobs, followed by the extended job classes. First, for the original job classes, let's start with the Swordsman class. The Swordsman class end jobs are Rune Master and Divine Avenger, and currently has one hero class called Thanatos and one collab class called Inferno Armor. Rune Master is widely used for instances like Ponape Museum and Lost Isle, since they can dish out huge damage in a short amount of time with their auto attacks. Although still viable in War of Imperium and War of Crystal, it is not currently in the meta in terms of 6v6 Magic Prison, since it's highly susceptible from forced crowd control skills. Its popular builds are Auto Attack Rune Master and Magic Dragon Breath. Next is Divine Avenger. Divine Avengers are a good help when running Ponape Museum Legend 3rd floor. It helps the main DPS focus on a single target by luring the other bosses away. It can also be used for other instances since they can still dish out huge damage with their skills. In terms of PvP, Divine Avengers are still a formidable foe because of their Sakri Taunt, especially when they have True Sight Relic. They can also have a high kill count during War of Imperium and War of Crystal given the right build. However, in Magic Prison, they are currently out of the meta since they can be easily countered. Its popular build are Pure Sakri build, Earth Tribe Counterattack Halo build, and Light Cross build. Next, for the Swordsman class, we have the Hero class, Thanatos. Thanatos can still be used in PvE, but there are a lot of job classes who can do better. Thus, Thanatos is mainly for PvP and one of the popular class as of the moment due to its very high damage even to support classes. Its build is pretty straightforward, but variants of the build are phase 1 build and cooldown build. And lastly, for the Swordsman class, we have Inferno Armor. Honestly, I don't see Inferno Armor much in PvE, but in PvP, it's a formidable foe due to its anti-fatal skills and high burst damage. Next up is the Mage Class. The Mage Class end jobs are Arcane Master and Chronomancer, with the collab class Slayer. Arcane Master is also one of the popular class right now in terms of PvP. With the new update, Arcane Master can now cast its main skill Tetra Vortex during auto attacks and can still be casted manually after. It can melt almost all classes in an instant. However, in PvE, Arcane Master is not widely used since there are a lot of better options out there. Its popular build is Auto Attack Arcane Master. Next is Chronomancer. In terms of PvE, I don't see them used much, but in PvP, most teams and parties heavily rely on Chronomancer because of its control skills and debuffs. Its build is also straightforward and rely mostly in switching gears. Last, for Mage class is the collab class Slayer. Slayer is popular in weekly instances due to its AoE skills and burst damage. In terms of War of Imperium and War of Crystal, It is still viable, especially with the release of Anti-Reflect Relic. However, it fell short of the 6v6 Magic Prison meta because of auto-attack Arcane Master. Its build is also straightforward. Just cast the skills that you have. After the Mage Class, you have the Thief Class. Thief Class and jobs are Blade Soul and Phantom Dancer. Both job classes are not popular in PvE setting, but both excel in PvP. Blade Soul has an execute skill called Soul Depravity where it can insta-kill other players when their HP drops to a certain threshold. They also have a survivability skill called Soul Breath, which allow it to take damage without reducing their HP bar for a few seconds, allowing them to dish damage and retreat at the right moment. However, with the recent update, Blade Soul can be forced crowd control, even in Soul Breath status, thus decreasing its popularity in 6v6 Magic Prison setting. Its popular builds are Crit SD build and Ghost Wave build. Meanwhile, Phantom Dancer is one of the annoying class out there. It can strip your character naked, making your character weak. It also has a skill called Manhole where you cannot move or use any skill while standing in the hole, basically disabling and shutting down your character. Best paired with True Sight Relic, it can choose any target and annoy the hell out of him. Next, we go to Archer Class. The Archer Class end jobs are Stellar Hunter and Luna Danseuse for female characters and Solar Trovere for male characters. Stellar Hunter is the top pick in terms of Zenny farming. Its multi-target auto-attacks paired with high movement speed makes killing mobs a breeze. In terms of PvP, it's also good pick since it can deal high damage based on how high its SP pool. It also has a build that utilizes traps that can one-shot most of its enemies. Its popular builds are SP Stellar Hunter and Trap build. Next for Archer Class are Luna Danseuse and Solar Trovere. These classes are mostly used for wide-scale PvP like War of Imperium and War of Crystal. They have skills that debuffs enemies and have an AoE skill which can insta-kill all players that stayed in the area for a few seconds. However, in a small-scale battle, that skill can be easily countered by enemy Chronomancer. Next after Archer Class, we have the Acolyte Class. The Acolyte Class end jobs are Saint and Dragon Fist. It also has a hero class called Nidhogg and a collab hero class called Shadow Saitama. In any RPG games, healers like Saints are the indispensable class of the game. They provide support that make your team sustainable both in PvE and PvP. They also have a build where they can be DPS as well by doing auto attacks. Dragon Fist on the other hand is the original one-shot class of the game. With one punch, they can deal insane amount of damage. That's why their collab hero class is Saitama, also known as One Punch Man. Both job classes have the ability to kill key targets that can shut down the effectivity of a party in small-scale clashes. Due to its skill set, Saitama is also used in PvE like boss hunts and instances. Last for Acolyte Class is the hero class Nidhogg. Nidhogg is a mixed DPS support due to its skill set. It can also resurrect its allies and make them tough. It also has a skill that attaches to other players. When the player attacks, their attack will also be accompanied by a projectile from Nidhogg that deals a very high damage that can also one-shot squishy characters. It mostly accompanies job classes that can attack fast like Stellar Hunters and any job that use auto attacks. And last for the original job classes is the Merchant Class. Merchant Class has two end jobs, Lightbringer and Begetter, with one hero class Hela and one collab class Ryomaru, also known as Wataru. Lightbringer and Begetter recently got buffed, thus putting them in the meta for 6v6 Magic Prison. Lightbringer was primarily used in MVP hunts and Zenny farming before, but with their recent buff, they are now useful in a team fight due to their neutral barrier which counters Thanatos and Gunslingers. Also, their Pioneer can use their skills helping to disable enemies. Begetter, on the other hand, was primarily used as support before the update in PvP scene, but now they can also kill other players. It's also viable now in instances like Void Realm. Next, Hela is a hero class similar to Begetter. Its main purpose is PvP. Hela steals the stats of the enemies, rendering them pretty much useless. It also has an execute skill similar to Blade Soul. Lastly, the collab class Ryomaru. Ryomaru, also known as Wataru, is primarily used for field boss hunts and killing MVPs during War of Crystal. So, if you like boss hunting, then this job is for you. Now we're done with the 6 original classes. Let's go now to the extended ones. First in our list is the Advanced Novice. Advanced Novice's end job is Novice Guardian, which is also good for boss hunting. Novice Guardian can have both physical and magic builds, so you have options to play according to your style. Next is Ninja. Ninja's end job is Amaterasu. Like Novice Guardian, you can play Amaterasu as either physical or magic build. The most popular build at the moment is the magic build, which is good in PvP. Next to Ninja, we have Gunslinger. Gunslinger's end job is Tyrant. It also has a collab hero class called Shadow Genos. Tyrant can use either rifle or pistol. With the right gears and rune, the rifle build can outfarm Stellar Hunters. Both builds are also good in PvP and has a good survivability skills. However, with the rise of Lightbringers in 6v6 Magic Prison, players who use it diminished. On the other hand, Shadow Genos is also good for PvE and PvP. It can be used in weekly instances and in Void Realm. In terms of PvP, it can dish out a huge amount of damage and also has a good survivability skills. The only drawback is, like all hero classes, it is rune gated. Next in our list is the Occultist. Occultist's end job is Soulbinder, which is a good support in PvP. It has a lot of skills to support the team and also has skills to disable enemies. It can replenish its HP easily, which adds to its sustainability. If you want to play support but you don't want to use Saint, you can try this one. After Occultist, we have Taekwon. Like the martial arts, Taekwon uses kick skills, and its end job is Apocalypse. Apocalypse is also popular at the moment since it can rival Rune Master in terms of clearing legend level dungeon instances and Void Realm MVPs. However, there's not a lot of players who use it for PvP. Lastly, we have Novice Meow, also known as Doram. Novice Meow's end job is Spirit Whisperer. Spirit Whisperer is very versatile. It can be played as physical, magic, or support. It can also be used in both PvE and PvP settings. It uses skills based on nature like animals and fruits and vegetables. Also, its cute appearance makes it popular among players. Okay, that's it for now. Hope this summary helps you decide on what job to choose when playing ROM. Again, this summary is just based on my knowledge of the game and personal experience when playing. Other players may agree or disagree. At the end of the day, just play what you enjoy most. Alright, until next time, thank you for watching!